I need new music.
This is the JJO Discover New Music Podcast.
Hey, this is Jay Buchanan from the Rival Sons.
Nobody wants to die, but they know they're gonna have to. X's and O's, ribbons and balls, ain't nothing gonna save you. Hey, hey.
Joining me is Jay Buchanan of Rival Sons. Jay, how are you, my friend?
Brock, I'm fantastic today. It's good to be on here with you guys.
Well, thanks, man. We appreciate it. Everyone's so excited about the new album, which will be released. And actually, it's albums, which we're going to dive into. But you have Dark Fighter, but you're also planning the release of its companion album, Lightbringer, later in 2023. One album a year is a task in itself. What was the motivation or the drive behind that two-album compilation?
So there ended up being a long refractory period in between all of the recording sessions. And, the country went through a lot. There was no end to a reason for people to disagree. There was no end to large issues popping up all over the place. And I think that because of that, there was more to write about than ever. And it's not so much that I'm writing about those specific topics. No, it's the feelings that they bring up in you. And so there were really two different narratives, not letting yourself be defeated, and that's really that's the Dark Fighter, just not letting that all of the negativity overtake you. You've got the wolf at the door, just doing everything you can. Don't let the wolf in the house. And then Lightbringer is the other side to that, and that's more about illuminating that darkness.
With these two albums, is there one album that maybe resonates a little bit more with you, or is it just kind of a collection of both?
I think it's the collection in total, and I think that once Lightbringer is dropped and you can have both albums, I think that you'll see it as, one installation.
Once again, you guys worked with producer, longtime collaborator Dave Cobb. With that relationship, what's the key in not just the personal but the working relationship that he brings to that Rival Sons sound?
This makes 9 records with Dave. The number one key to that relationship is the same with any relationship, and that's communication. Dave certainly knows me very, very well, and I know him very well, too. There's a mental shorthand that you develop when you've worked with someone so many times, and I like making records with Dave.
As simple as that. I like it. Do you maybe have a favorite track on this album, one that really speaks to you?
Oh, yeah, sure. I think that Rapture is one of my favorite tracks on this album because it's slow, but it's heavy, and it just has something to it that makes me feel good when I sing it. The other track would be Horse's Breath, and that no one's heard that one yet. That hasn't been released. But, and then there's a closing track called Dark Side that is huge. That is a huge, huge closing track. So I look forward to those being released as well.
Madison Solid Rock 94.1 JJO and JJO Discover New Music. Our guest this week is Jay Buchanan of Rival Sons, talking about the new releases Dark Fighter and Lightbringer.
Nobody wants to die, but they know they're gonna have
Now that we got all the important stuff out of the way, I do this with everyone. It's called Rapid Fire. There's no wrong answers, and then we'll get you on your way. Sound good?
That sounds great.
All right. So, again, it's either or. You just pick what you want to go with. Let's start off simple. Flintstone Push Pop or Choco Taco?
Choco Taco.
Good answer. All right, you're at the zoo. What animals do you check out first, the monkeys or the giraffes?
The sloth.
Oh, going rogue. I like it. That's fine. There's no wrong answers. Would you rather have soaked jeans or damp socks?
Soaked jeans or damp socks. I think I would go soaked jeans.
Okay. Bigfoot or Loch Ness? Who would you rather see?
Bigfoot. I mean, Loch Ness isn't real. Everybody knows Bigfoot's real. Come on.
Have you ever had a moment where you thought maybe you saw a Bigfoot?
I've spent a lot of time in the woods. I've spent a lot of time in the redwoods. I will tell you this. Visually, no. But I've certainly been out in those woods and felt a presence that somebody is right there.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That I'm being watched, that I'm being observed.
Man.
Definitely.
That gave me goosebumps too, man. All right, well, might be not go in the woods with you because maybe Bigfoot's got a thing for you. It might be. Lastly, would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
I think I would go with one horse-sized duck.
That's a ballsy move.
Odds are better.
Odds are better. I like that. That's a big duck, though. That's a big duck.
Yeah, but I mean, 100 duck-sized horses They would overtake you like coyotes. There'd be nothing you could do.
You're trampled to death by those little hooves. It'd be terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible way to go.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for humoring me. Jay, you're a pleasure. And again, everyone, new music from Rival Sons out June 2nd, and then more to come in 2023. Thank you so much for the time, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Brock. Really appreciate the support. We'll catch you guys out there on the road.
All right. Take care, man.
You too.
Listen, rate, share, subscribe. Discover new music now at WJJO.com, in the JJO app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Rock has a new interview every Thursday evening between 6 and 7. 94.1 JJO.